all. This is Dr. Aditya Kumar Pandey from Department of Sociology, Odisha State Open University. And today we are going to explore the groundbreaking contribution to the structural functionalism in the society and in the field of sociology by A.R. Redcliffe Brown. This is the Unit 3 of course PSO 101. So, as noted by Adam Cooper, Redcliffe Brown substantially advanced the discipline by introducing a more rigorous framework of concepts that proved beneficial for social anthropology as well as the sociology practitioner. So, we will examine his concept of social structure, which forms the social foundation of his theoretical framework, and analyze how his approach helps us understand the relationship between the individual and the society. So, through this exploration, we will gain insights into how Redcliffe Brown theory can be applied to the analyzation and for the world, society and culture. So, before this, we will go through the biographical background of A.R. Redcliffe Brown. So, he was born in 1881 in Birmingham, England, to a lower middle class family. And he initially pursued his medical studies before redirecting to the anthropology at Cambridge under W.H.R. Rivers. He conducted significant fieldwork in the Andaman Nicobar Islands and Western Australia, investigating how indigenous social structures works. He is also recognized for formulating the ideas of structural functionalism, which has been published in numerous influential works, including the Andaman Islander in 1922 and Structure and Function in Primitive Society. His major writings are the Andaman Islanders, Structure and Function in Primitive Society, the Social Organization in Australian Tribes, On Joking Relationships, A Natural Science of Society. And his core theoretical concepts are structural functionalism, social structure, kinship and social organization, the concept of foundation, comparative method, and cultural universals. So, Redcliffe Brown emphasized the importance of creating a consistent and unified conceptual framework within the anthropology and sociology. So, he argued that for a domain to qualify as a science, it must establish systematic body of concepts and that are distinctly defined and generally comprehended by academics within the area. So, what is the social structure and what is the theoretical foundation of this social structure? So, there are interconnected relationships. So, this relationship, the web of social connections that form the society known as interconnected relationships. Now comes the institutional framework. How organized systems that govern the social interactions, that comes under institutional framework. And then scientific approach, which should be rigorous and systematic analysis of the social phenomena. So, Redcliffe Brown's theory of social structure demonstrates his dedication to comprehending human societies through rigorous scientific investigation. He emphasized relational patterns over individual behaviors, seeing social structure as the foundation for understanding how society functions and it maintains stability. Like physical science with their precise terminology like atom, molecule, combustion, Redcliffe Brown argued that sociology needs a distinct lexicon to articulate social phenomena scientifically. So, his goal was to elevate anthropology as well as sociology to the level of a rigorous science through conceptual clarity and consistency. Now, we will discuss about social structure versus social organization. So, in social structure, that is abstract framework of relationship, and in social organization, that is dynamic manifestation in daily life. So, what is the functional integration? Like how they work together to maintain the society, how social structure and how social organization work together to maintain the stability within the society. So, Redcliffe Brown made a crucial distinction between social structure and social organization. Social structure refers to the abstract persistent patterns of interaction that provide stability to the social existence, while the theoretical framework based on empirical observation. It includes role, positions and organizations that structure human interactions. In contrast, social organization represent the dynamic, practical manifestation of social structure in everyday life. The actual arrangement and interactions of individuals within the specific context. If social structure is the blueprint, then social organization is how people actually live within that particular framework that shaped by the individual agency and the cultural diversity. So, how social structure and institutions are based, like norms and institutions. These are established, ruled, and groundbreaking governing behavior. Social relationships. These are the interactions based on mutual expectations. Social stability maintained through institutional functions, and then comes sanctions, which are the mechanism to address deviance. So Redcliffe Brown argued that all social relationships function based on an unspoken agreement that individuals will adhere to established rules. These norms are institutionalized, establishing behavior patterns that are broadly expected throughout the society. So these institutions dictate appropriate conduct and build mutual expectations among persons, creating predictability that facilitates smoother and social interactions. Despite these normative expectations, Redcliffe Brown recognized that individuals don't always conform. Societies establish sanctions, both formal, like legal consequences, and informal, like social disapproval, to correct such behavior and to maintain the social order within the society. So, structural continuity and structural form. These are the individual transients, like people come and go within the social positions. Structural persistence, like the framework remains despite changing the membership. Structural form, the stable patterns that regulate the social organization and functional integration. How components work together to maintain the stability within the society. So he distinguished, as we have already discussed, between the social structure and the social organization, as well as the structural form, to explain how societies maintain continuity amid perpetual changes. Although individuals in a community are ephemeral, the overreaching structure persists, embodying a foundational framework that surpasses specific members. So these structural form denotes the foundational rules, beliefs, and practices that regulates the social organization, and it ensures the social coherence. So these persistent ideas remain constant despite individual transitioning between the societal roles. So the durability of structural form relies on the efficacy of its components in fulfilling their assigned functions. Now, how we will apply Redcliffe Brown's theory? Like in kinship system analysis, we examining how family relationships are structured and maintained across generation by generation. They reveal patterns of inheritance, authority, and social reproduction. Political institutions, analyzing how leadership positions persist despite changing individuals, maintaining governance structures that regulate community life and decision making. Now, in economic relationship, understanding how patterns of production, distribution, and exchange create stable economic structures that persist despite individual participants changing over time. So, these theoretical framework provides powerful tools for analyzing real-world societies. By focusing on the persistent patterns of relationship rather than individual behaviors, researchers can identify the underlying structure that maintains social cohesion and stability across the different cultures and historical periods. So, the key takeaways are social structure, institution, social organization, and structural continuity. So, Redcliffe Brown concept of social structures provides a comprehensive framework for understanding how societies maintain order and continuity. This is your Unit 3 of PSO 101. Hope you will find this video useful. Thank you. Thank you very much.